Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. Starting a new session on current affairs. This session is for the month of July. July 2022. The session is significant. I always say that because I collect these many points for you and bring them for you. If you like the session, you always have the option of pressing the like button for me. Share the video with your friends, those who are preparing for any competitive exam, and please do subscribe to Vidya Guru's YouTube channel. Press the bell icon along with that, because that's how you'll receive notifications of all the exam relevant videos which we upload. As you guys can make out, I'm conversing in English. This session is going to be completely in English medium. If you are not comfortable with the language, then you can switch to the Hindi session that is also there in the playlist. This session in English medium is recorded primarily for our students from South India, for our students from Northeast India, those students who are actually not able to understand Hindi well. We record a separate session in complete English medium for them. I'll start from here on, and I expect you to stay put, watch the entire session. That's how you'll gain at least 3 to 4 marks in your exam, whichever you'll be writing, and if that has the section of current affairs, you're going to gain marks after watching this session. Look at the questions here. Prior to looking at the questions, read the topic. The topic is appointments. So under the heading appointments, we are going to study who got appointed to what particular position. So I'll start with Amitabh Kant. You can look at his picture as well. When you look at his picture, first read that India's new Sherpa. Sherpa, when I say Sherpa, people say that but they pronounce it differently. Sherpa, I'm referring to a diplomat. You can understand it like that. So new diplomat, new Sherpa, I mean to say that. So India's new Sherpa for G20 is Amitabh Kant. It is there on your screen. When I move to the second question, youngest assembly speaker. See, the concern here is that everybody is going to ask me such a question. Why do you think that this assembly speaker is important? Let me tell you that this was in news for a reason. Because you may feel that I am from this state, I am from that state. Why are you not telling us the names of those assembly speakers too, and why this speaker only? The reason here is that he is from Maharashtra. That is all right, but in conversation when he was actually taking the oath, when he was actually joining his place, it was declared that he is the youngest assembly speaker. That is why he becomes important for you. Youngest assembly speaker in India, Rahul Narvekar. He is the one who's there on the screen. He has become the speaker of Maharashtra Assembly. He is from the party BJP that we all know. So Rahul Narvekar, they may ask you who's the youngest assembly speaker in India. So you have to name him. That is why I'm teaching you this question. Till now you will realize that I'm taking only those questions which actually appear to be important. CII, right? President designate 22-23 R. Dinesh TVS. What do I mean by writing it like that? Somebody who's going to be the president of CII. When somebody becomes the president of CII, that means he needs to hold some position already. He needs to be of some rank. He needs to hold some reputation. He is from TVS. R. Dinesh is going to be the next CII president. That is what we are trying to say here in this sentence. So designate, that means the next CII president will be this fellow R. Dinesh, and if they ask you his background, he is actually TVS R. Dinesh. So I'll speak like that. So Amitabh Kant, Rahul Narvekar and R. Dinesh. Questions are significant. You may have realized it till now. So keep watching till the end. Now we'll move to the topic state news. That's how you're able to categorize. Appointments are there, state news are there, sports news are there, books and authors are there, important days are there. So such sort of categories are there. So under this category, we are going to study that first state to have its own internet service. You have not heard something of that sort. Kerala is doing that. Kerala is providing that. So Kerala has done that. You can see the logo over here, KFON. So what they are trying to say by saying KFON internet, a basic right. Why are they making such a logo? It is Kerala Fiber Optic Network. Kerala Fiber Optic Network, that is KFON. So first state to have its own internet service, that is Kerala. Now, when you look at this question, first state to introduce right to health bill, it is remarkable, believe me, because providing somebody right to health, to the people who are living there in Rajasthan, it is basically a great initiative by their government. Now, Rajasthan has become that government, which is providing right to health to the people who are living there. Now, when you move ahead, PM unveils 16,800 crore projects in Jharkhand. Along with that, PM is actually inaugurating this Devghar airport also. I'll actually repeat that. PM unveils 16,800 crore projects. Along with that, PM has actually inaugurated Devghar airport as well, and the place where such things are happening, the place is Jharkhand, the state is Jharkhand. So kindly read whatever I have written here in the category of state news. Now when we proceed, the new questions are: first state ranking index for National Food Security Act. What do I mean by saying that? We are here implementing something. What are we implementing? First look at that. First state did something. We are not saying that. We are saying first state ranking index. We are referring to first state ranking index. And what is it all about? For the implementation of National Food Security Act, we are implementing National Food Security Act. So according to their category, how they did that, I am saying, see, these are two categories. One is general category in this state ranking index and one is special category. Now, under general category, Odisha is on top, and in special category, Tripura is on top. If you actually move ahead from Odisha, you go down, then UP and then Andhra Pradesh. This is the sequence in which National Food Security Act implemented. They stand in this index. First state ranking index, in which this is the order in general category, and this is the state which remained on top in special category. When I proceed, first state to implement national education policy, Uttarakhand. First state to implement national education policy, Uttarakhand has become that. When I move ahead, I want to show you this question, which which I really feel that you have not read anywhere, or prior to that you have not done that. But this is pretty important. You can see the picture here. Some sort of dark sky is visible, which is very rare for people like us. So dark sky reserve, India's first dark sky reserve is Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary. We are talking about some area, some region in Ladakh. If they talk about Leh, if they mention it as Hanle, some place like that, you have to mark the answer just like that. Only we are referring to that area which is going to be preserved, which is going to be protected. It should remain pollution free. That is what they intend to do. Now I'm saying India's first dark sky reserve is Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary Reserve. You can see the dark sky over here, and they are going to protect it. That is what they are planning, and it is first dark sky. That is why the question is going to be there surely. It is going to be a different question. Learn that carefully. And Changthang and Ladakh. Now, sports updates. We can obviously start with Wimbledon, but the first question is about something else. Just look at that first question. It is about national games. National games have happened many times. They were played many times. 35 times they have already, taken place. Now 36th time, the 36th time it is taking place in Gujarat. But it is happening for the first time in Gujarat. It is the 36th numbers national game which is going to take place. Will take place from September to October 22. Even the time, the duration can also be asked. Now I am saying the host is Gujarat this time, and it is happening for the first time. Gujarat is hosting for the first time. Hosting it for the first time. So learn it carefully. From here on, we'll start Wimbledon. Novak Djokovic is there on the screen. You can see his face, and that's how you're able to relate easily. So what is new out here? Novak Djokovic is from Serbia, that you know, that you have to learn. His nationality is important, especially in singles. You have to learn the nationality of the players. When I move ahead, Novak Djokovic is from Serbia. He defeated someone, that I'll tell you. But the important part, more significant part here is that he actually got this title. He bagged this title 7th time. That's the news. 7th Wimbledon. Novak Djokovic's 7th Wimbledon, which he actually bagged in under men's singles category. He defeated Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios is from Australia. Names of the runner-ups, especially in singles, I really believe that they are asked. So learn like that only. In women's singles, Elena Rybakina, she's from Kazakhstan. Nationality again is important. Please learn that. Women's singles, she defeated Ons Jabeur, and this lady is from Tunisia. So I am going to repeat that. Novak Djokovic and Elena Rybakina, they are from Serbia and Kazakhstan respectively. When we are talking about Wimbledon, we'll talk more about Wimbledon. We'll talk about men's doubles as well, women's doubles as well, and mixed doubles as well. So men's doubles, 2 males, 2 men are actually playing against 2 males. So Matthew Ebden and Max Purcell, they actually lifted the title of men's doubles. Women's doubles, Barbora Krejcikova and Katerina Siniakova. It is basically a successful duo, we all know that. So Barbora Krejcikova and Katerina Siniakova, we already have heard their names many times. So they actually won under the category of women's doubles. Mixed doubles, 1 male, 1 female. So Neil Skapowski and Desiree Krosek. Mixed, male and a female. Neil Skapowski and Desiree Krosek. They, stood as the winner. PV Sindhu. That means we have actually wrapped up Wimbledon here. That is why you are actually looking at the picture of a badminton player. We all know about PV Sindhu. Here PV Sindhu won Singapore Open and she beat Wang Ziying. She's from China. I'll repeat that. PV Sindhu lifted some title, won something. What? Singapore Open won by PV Sindhu by defeating Wang Ziyi, and she is from China. I'll proceed with the next question. Now important days are there in the month of July, so we'll start discussing them one by one. World Population Day. We all know that population is increasing. That remains in that state all the time. We are going to be an 8 billion world. That means these many people are going to be there till November 2022. That's strange, but that's huge. 8 billion population will touch that till November 2022. Now the theme for this year's World Population Day is a world of 8 billion towards a resilient future for all. World Youth Skills Day is observed on 15th July. Theme for this year's Youth Skills Day has the words youth skills in it. So transforming youth skills for future. Youth Skills Day has the words, the theme has youth skills in it too. So what are we doing with youth skills? We are transforming them. What are we transforming? We are transforming youth skills. For what? For future. Learn it like that. That's how you are able to retain it. World Day for International Justice. Either World Day for International Justice or International Criminal Justice Day. We are referring to the same thing. Observed on 17th July. So 11th July, 15th July and 17th July. Learn the questions carefully. They are pretty significant. World Population Day is important. Youth Skills Day or International Justice. World Day for International Justice, that is important. Let's proceed. Now banking and finance news. Those students who are not preparing for banking exams can skip a few pages. Not all, because I am not it here. I am going to deliver the remaining lecture further. There are a few questions for those students who are writing bank exams. You know, whatever I teach, you see those questions in your exam. So have faith, keep having faith. Learn these questions till the end of the video. I really expect you learn the questions too. If you wish to study from us, you can actually join our live classes. If you wish to study from us, you can actually join our video programs also. The numbers are given below. You can actually dial and take the details from our executives. I'll start with the first banking question. It is universe. If you listen to such a thing, but it is not written in that manner as you generally see it, so it is something else, not that universe we are referring to. So universe, here it is metaverse launch and open banking sandbox environment launched by Union Bank of India. It is a public sector undertaking, we all know that. So Union Bank of India did something. Universe was actually launched by them. And what are they doing? I'm saying metaverse reality nowadays, such a thing is getting popular. So metaverse launch and open banking sandbox environment launched by Union Bank of India. Learn it carefully. So you have to associate universe with Union Bank of India, and what is it that I've mentioned above. For power salute, when you read only these two words, power salute, you are able to relate it with some armed force. You should, because power salute, we can deduce it like that only. So power salute is associated with Air Force. How come? Now please understand that for power salute, salary accounts, Axis Bank signs an MOU with Air Force. So Air Force, that means that staff from Air Force, salary account of them here in Axis Bank, they are naming them as power salute. So learn it like that. Tata AIA Life Insurance and Shriram General Insurance tie up with City Union Bank. You can see the logo over here. Cub is there, City Union Bank. Now what is important out here? You need to understand that if a life insurance company, if general insurance company, they are coming up together and tying up with the bank, so what they are willing to do? They are obviously willing to sell their products to the existing customers of the bank. That is what they intend to do. That is why such sort of tying up is happening. So Air Force renews defense salary package MOU with SBI also. Look at it. Air Force and SBI defense salary package MOU with SBI. Learn the questions carefully. The next question is RBI raises limit on ECB. ECB is external commercial borrowing. You can actually understand the word borrowing. You can actually understand the word external and what sort of borrowing, commercial borrowing we are referring to. I am going to repeat that. RBI raises limit of external commercial borrowing under automatic route, and they have raised the limit to $1.5 billion. That is huge. I'm saying RBI raises the limit of ECB, external commercial borrowing, and how much they have raised to? They have actually raised the limit under automatic route. It is $1.5 billion. Now to offer shop insurance. Shops, we have shops everywhere. We know what shops are. So such sort of insurance for the shops, basically Fino Payments Bank is actually coming up or tying up with Go Digit. So Go Digit and Fino coming together for the purpose of shop insurance, like providing shop insurance to the shops, something like that. IT resources of ICICI Bank, IT resources of HDFC Bank and IT resources of National Payments Corporation of India are declared critical information infra. Think like that. If a country is there and a country has huge, you can say banks or such sort of organization where the data is there, and you can say every sort of data is available, that data is considered critical. So that is why they are just declaring them critical, because they are that huge, we all know that. So ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, IT resources and NPCI's IT resources, they have been declared as critical information infra. if they actually provide such a question in your exam, they may give you some option which is pretty odd here. They may add Kotak Mahindra Bank or Axis Bank or something like that. So you just have to take that odd option out and you have to just mark the right option. Please read the options carefully and let's proceed. Now, India in focus. First, cultural and tourism capital of Shanghai Cooperation Organization for 22-23 is Varanasi. Nothing new. First, cultural and tourism capital of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. See, I am not saying that permanently. I am telling you for this duration, they have named Varanasi as their cultural and tourism capital for this particular time. Who named it? Shanghai Cooperation Organization. ISRO launches 3 Singapore satellite via PSLV C-53 from Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. I'll repeat that. 3 Singapore satellites launched by PSLV C-53. You have to learn the name of the launch vehicle as well. It is Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. So through a launch vehicle, you need to understand satellites are launched. The place is important, how many satellites, which country satellites, everything is important. Everything I've written in one sentence only. Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh is the place from where these 3 Singapore satellites were launched through PSLV C-53. ISRO did that. Now the question is GSAT-24 communication satellite. GSAT-24 communication satellite launch via Ariane 5. From French Guiana, NSIL, it is New Space India Limited and it is basically a commercial arm of ISRO. We all know that. First demand driven satellite mission. See, when I say commercial arm, that means they are going to gain money, they are going to make money for ISRO. That is what they are going to do. How? Obviously they are helping them like that. First read that carefully, you will understand it better. GSAT-24 communication satellite launched via Ariane 5 from French Guiana, that's the place. NSIL's first demand driven satellite mission is this. That is what we have mentioned. The next question is, what is there on the screen? Sculptor is Sunil Devde. This question is going to be there in your exams multiple times. It will be asked and it should be there in your minds forever. Please understand the importance of this question. It is national emblem. We know that. You may pronounce it as emblem. It is an important thing. Now new parliament building is being built. We have seen that. We know that. Now that building will have emblem on it. And who's actually creating that emblem? Sunil Devde is the sculptor who's doing it. So the name of the sculptor, Sunil Devde, who's actually behind the making of national emblem, which is going to be there on the parliament building. Swami Ramanujacharya, you can see his picture here. Statue of Peace unveiled in Srinagar, Jammu Kashmir. If they ask you Statue of Peace, something like that or something about it, then whose statue is being referred to? Swami Ramanujacharya's statue is called, they are calling it as Statue of Peace, which was unveiled in Srinagar and the place is Jammu Kashmir. Now Shri Sant Tukaram Maharaj Shila Temple, you can see it is written in this picture as well. Shila Temple was unveiled in Dehu, Pune. Shri Sant Tukaram Maharaj Shila Temple was unveiled in Dehu, Pune. Learn the place, it is pretty important. Now, international news. This is going to be the last for the day. So, be focused. If you are watching till now, please try to learn all the questions which I am delivering and I hope you have pressed the like button till now. Number 1 rank on World Economic Forum Gender Gap Report 2022 Iceland. See, when we say Iceland is on top in gender gap sort of index or gender gap report, it does not mean they have more gender gap. We are saying they have very less gender gap. That is why they remain on top. Gender gap, obviously, like how many females are there on how many males, that is what the area of measurement. But the important part here is, which they are going to ask in exam, who prepares this gender gap report? So the answer is going to be World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. Who topped it? Iceland topped it. What was the rank of India? It was 135th. How many, out of how many nations? Out of 146 nations, India's rank is 135th, which is pretty behind. Now BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. BRICS Summit 2022, 14th numbers, virtually organized by China. Now we are saying that BRICS Summit was organized, but it was organized virtually. What was the number of that summit? 14th. Who organized it virtually even? That was organized by China. So they may ask you the name of the country who organized it. Now, one more thing that I wish to bring into your notice, such a question can also be there, that Iran and Argentina, they are seeking the membership of BRICS. They want to be the part of BRICS, and they are asking for the same. So BRICS membership sought by Iran and Argentina. Such question can also be asked. Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, even if it is the last question, it is equally significant, you understand that. Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting 2022 held in Kigali, Rwanda, referring to a country only. Rwanda is a nation. 26th numbers Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, that meeting took place in Kigali, Rwanda. So here I am wrapping up. If you have understood everything, you can press the like button. If you could not, you can watch the Hindi video as well. Thank you so much for watching.